Hello everybody, it's AJ from the Mighty Gluestick. So first of all, some crafting stuff. This is linked to me from somewhere, and then somebody posted it on Facebook. I think it was posted on Facebook, and then somebody said, hey, look at this. This is isometric maps made by... who is it made by? It's I think it's Doug Anderson. Doug Anderson from Blue Boxer Rebellion on Drive-Thru RPG. Now, first of all, these look like hand-drawn isometric maps, okay, and they're all done in elements that you can put together to custom make your own stuff. So imagine you cut these out, put them together, and you get some amazing sort of vistas that you can have, such as this, yeah, or so there's one of the flagstone sort of floors that you can put it down on. So you build it up as you go. There's walls and things like that. Really cool 3D elements, stairwells, wells, that sort of thing, that give that sort of 3D effect while still being 2D. And of course, because it's just a print out piece of paper that you can do, that it's designed to be in black and white. I mean, these are black and white images. There's a bridge going across a chasm. You can print these out and then put them together however you want. Custom make your own dungeons, hand draw your own stuff if you are artistically inclined. But this is really for people who just would love to have that sketching talent, but they've got the design skills, and they can just chop them out and rearrange them on a flat piece of paper and stick them down how you want. Use a bit of glue stick. That's all you need. Scissors, glue stick, printer, done. Now, because they're isometric maps, they're better viewed from a direct angle. So if you're looking directly on them, they look perfect. So they are absolutely fantastic for presenting on online play. So you can have a webcam set up and tokens that you move around on there, or you can have on, say, Roll20, or any of the playing platforms that allow you to use your own JPEGs or other image files for map terrain. Or even a Google Hangout screen share would work, I suppose. You could move figures around on them and whatever. The other option, of course, is if you use the PDF that these things come in and then rearrange them digitally onto a much larger platform, and then you can go to somewhere like bannersonthecheap.com, bannersonthecheap.com, one word. Go there and you'll never think about vinyl maps the same way, because for $12 you can get just enormous. These guys, what they do is they custom print vinyl posters, the big banners that you see over football games or high school basketball games or whatever, go badges or whatever. Great big images that are like 10 feet long or whatever, and they can do really fine detail. I mean, really fine detail on those. Certainly fine enough for a Dungeons and Dragons map of some kind. And think about $12–13 or something for a huge list, roll of different maps of whatever you want. So what you do is you custom make your own map on their website. They print it for you and then post it to you, and you cut out the maps that you want, and all of a sudden you're rolling out huge big world maps or dungeon terrain or whatever you want, custom made isometric maps on your table. Or you got them laid out, you take some photos section by section, and you run an online game with that as your images. Perfect, just perfect. So yeah, 2D crafting, just as important as 3D crafting, just as important as Hearst Arts stuff, because Hearst Arts is impressive for a home game, but it's a lot of effort to go into if you're just running an online game, and I think a lot more online gaming is going to go on in the future, because it just makes sense. The technology is catching up with us. Yeah, other stuff. This is a section of the forest, big Heroic Maps forest that I've been putting together. Now, I don't know if you can see the detail on this, but around the rocks here are tiny little red and white mushrooms. You can see the mushrooms. It's amazing. So I love that. That's fantastic. So I'm going to make a big section of that for wilderness encounters and things for my players. Yeah. I make other stuff as well. I've got a big galleon here which I'm still planning on using. My friends have told me that I can never get rid of it because it's impressive and awesome looking. And it's nice having a big ship in your room, I suppose. But it does take up a lot of space. It's kind of like a signature. Bam! I've got a paper galleon on my shelf. I make terrain out of paper and cardboard. As if the boxes and things that are around me that you can't see are not an indication of that enough. Yeah, so storage. Isn't that the age-old issue for people who make their own terrain? Storage issues. I recommend storing things in shelves, stackable shelves, shelves with drawers, that sort of thing, because it keeps them out of the way. It's like, you know, anybody's tool shed or something like that. They keep things in a hierarchy of what they use and what they don't. I recommend if you've got a game coming up, take your stuff out of storage, out of your garage or a storage unit or something like that, and then use them. And otherwise, just keep them in a box and put them away. Keep them out of your way, because you end up just like resting cups of coffee on stuff, and that's not good for cardboard terrain. Yeah, that's about it really. I haven't been doing a lot of sculpting lately. I'd like to, and I've really got to get cracking on craft war entries for the DM's Craft, because that's coming up. Coming up on month number 2. Yes, end of this month. But we're going to see. It's a bi-monthly competition for crafting, and it's open category, so anybody who crafts their own terrain is eligible to enter. The idea, of course, is to post a tutorial of how you made things so that people can follow in your footsteps and to build up an awesome archive. So that's the DM's Craft forum. If you haven't gone there and checked it out, you gotta. Just look for my name and you'll probably find posts that I put on there. So you also find the DM's Craft or Scotty's DM Scotty's terrain miniatures and stuff like that on Facebook as well. There's a huge crafting community on Facebook and they're very active. Post awesome images. I mean, it's great scrolling through and just seeing what these guys make. Crazy stuff. Fountains of blood, demon summoning, torture pits, bars, taverns, cathedrals, terrain, crypts, ruins, all sorts of stuff. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll come back at you again this weekend because I'm going to be rather productive monkey, and I will be talking about running campaigns. So obligatory crafting stuff has been covered, and I'm going to be talking about actually running games in a minute.